Everyone, Ryan Young, KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu. I hope you're doing well. As you can see from the brown grass behind me, and you see with this jacket on, it's winter time here in Texas. And you know, it's funny, if I knew it was going to be this cold in the winter, I probably wouldn't have moved here. But now that I'm here, there's no place better than Texas. So, this video clip that you're about to see has to do with a bully and correctly dealing with a bully. So, here goes.
Does he think you're hot shit, huh, Stall?
No, I don't.
Little superstar here. Little hero saves the day at the last minute.
It's just stupid gym class.
Who you calling stupid?
No, I said gym class was stupid.
Listen to this little faggot.
You're right. I'm both little and a fat.
Come on, chicken shit, let's do this!
I mean, you win. You've established your alpha male standing. You've established my unworthiness.
Let's do this, you punk bitch!
Shouldn't that be little punk ass chicken fat bitch?
God! Is your old man some kind of tough guy, huh? What's he think of his wimp son?
Bobby, leave him alone.
Shut up, skank.
He doesn't mean shit. Let's just go.
Goddamn, I bet your dad'd be real shamed by you.
Get over there! Son of a... Come here. Are you laughing? No!
All right, as you can see by how the video went, a couple things let me point out. Number one is that bullies, they usually pick on somebody that they perceive to be smaller and weaker than them, and that they perceive, should the victim fight back, that they'll be on the winning side of the altercation, right? So the way that this kid handled the bullying situation, not the bully, but the victim, the way he handled it was actually very good, in that he, tried to walk away from it best he could. Tried not to argue in the locker room part. Although he did kind of stand up to him by correcting him with the name calling and stuff, don't you mean, and then said it the way that the bully was saying it. But, thinking, okay, that would be it. On the other hand, in the hallway by the locker rooms, that's where it came up again. And, I was bullied a couple of times when I was in school, and almost every time it ended up in a fight. And I didn't know how to avoid fights the way I do now. I would just kind of back off and back off. But what I did was, when I did get into a confrontation, I always, in my mind, I gave the bully 2 chances to stop what they were doing before I took it up. So now I'm not saying that this is how you should do it, but this is how I dealt with it, and I guarantee that every time that I was bullied by that one person, it never happened again. I don't want to say they learned their lesson, but they realized that it wasn't going to be free. So I can think of one time, I think I was in middle school, probably 7th grade. A kid that I went to classes with, he was my age, but he kind of intimidated me, and I don't know why. I guess he just seemed that type of person. Probably because he had a big brother that was huge and played football and all that. This kid wasn't huge. He wasn't much bigger than me. But one day after school, he decided to shove me around. And I was actually terrified when it happened. I was 7th grade, I remember. And as a kid, I did judo. My mom, which is, I guess, part of what Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is right now, being that, in my opinion, today's judo and today's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu came out of judo. But it was called Jiu-Jitsu at the time, hence the name Jiu-Jitsu. So what happened was he shoved me, and I don't know, I have no idea, to this day, I don't know what it's about. But he shoved me, said some stuff to me, and I'm thinking, wow, what's going on here? And then shoved me again, and then once I decided, okay, that's enough. Then I told myself, right, I'm gonna give him 2 chances. On the 3rd, we're gonna fight. So I kept backpedaling. Now, hey man, I don't wanna fight, right? Shoves me again, shut up, Ryan. And I thought, okay, that's 1. And then I'm backing up. I'm trying to get away from him, but he's coming forward, right? So it's easier to walk forward than it is to walk backward. So he shoved me again. I thought, okay, that's 2. And next time he touched me, there was gonna be a fight. So sure enough, he went to shove me again. I remember going into a clinch and I threw him. I don't know what throw I used. maybe like a Tai Otoshi or something of that nature. And got him locked in Keisa Gatame, and I just started punching him, punching him. Probably hit him about 5-6 times before one of the girls yelled at me and said, "Get off of him." So I was kind of in a shock at that point, and I got up, and he didn't get up. I mean, he was, it was started and finished. That was one. Another kid in our school, and this is our prep school, by the way, right? It's not a school in the bad parts. I mean, another one that happened, I think maybe a year or two later. Another kid, I finished that one. Oh shoot, one in the locker room. I had one in the locker room too. This was with a kid older than me, and it's funny because I guess I just ended up he actually picked me up and pinned me up on the wall, and I remember just kind of laughing at him, but. Because I knew he couldn't punch me because both his hands were used to hold me up. So in that one, I wasn't afraid of anything, but I was ready to go. It's just he decided to walk away after I started laughing at him. And how's this, right? 20 years later, I saw him on an airplane. We're going back to Hawaii. And, most of the time the victim, right, is the one that still holds a grudge. But I didn't, right? Walked up, said hi to him. He just glared at me and walked away. So I'm like, wow, okay. Thinking, what's the problem? Here we are. We're not 15 anymore. We're, almost 40 years old. But he was still mad at me. But the thing is with this, going back to this little short clip that I sent you, that I put on this video, is that the only way to really handle a bully is not to just keep walking away. You can only walk away to a certain point. After which point, he's just gonna now think of you as his bitch, and it won't stop. It'll be relentless at that point. So what he finally did in the second part in the hallway by the lockers was he finished the fight. And in real life, that kid would probably never mess with him again. For the victim, it's just his trigger topic was the kid insulting his father, and nobody likes anybody to be insulted, especially if it's your mom, your dad, brother, sister, whatever. That was his trigger, right? He said, once you throw his family in there, then that was cause for a beatdown. But the thing is, the reason why we do jiu-jitsu is so that we teach our kids how to avoid confrontation. But we also teach them how to finish it if it gets started. There was a video that I did years ago with one of our teenage students at the time. He's now like 24, 25 years old. I just saw him the other night at a party where, you avoid it the best you can, but then you're going to have to fight. And that really is what ends it. So this whole thing about, when schools have a zero tolerance policy for bullying, the problem is the bullying still happens. The school can say, we won't tolerate it. What's the worst they can do? I guess they could expel you, they could suspend you, or whatever. But if you just go and tell, nothing really happens. The only way to stop a bully from tormenting you is just to fight back and make it to the point where even if you lose the fight, you just don't quit. Because bullies are cowards, just like criminals, right? And, like the criminals that do the assault in the street or the burglary, that type of stuff, or the where they hold you up, they mug you. They don't really want to fight. They just want your stuff. However, if they know that there's a fight coming, they'll think twice about doing it. And the same thing with bullies in school. If a bully gets bullied back enough times, they'll eventually stop. They'll learn their lesson, because it only works as long as it works. And the moment it doesn't work, then they think, oh yeah, well, maybe that was a mistake. And believe it or not, that first bully situation that I had that I mentioned in this video, he and I actually became friends. He ended up leaving the school. I went to another school, graduated, and became an auto mechanic. A long time ago, we used to have a store named Sears. And I would just go there to take my cars for oil changes because it was easy to do. And I would always take my car to him, believe it or not. I didn't know he was there. It's just one time he had seen it was my car. He goes, oh shoot, that's Ryan's. So when I went to claim my car, he told the service writer to call him when I come to get my car. So when I went to get my car, he came out and he told me he was the one that worked on my car, and you know, it was friendly after that. But I think it probably, I don't know if it would have been friendly if I hadn't fought back. But we became friendly after that. It wasn't a big deal. But it all started with me fighting back. And I was afraid, but it's, and I don't want to say that I had the courage, but really that's what it is, because courage is what you do despite the fear. And me being able to compartmentalize the fear and go forward. So, sorry, I'm just turning this way because my hand is freezing here. So I'm gonna put it in my pocket. So, when parents teach kids not to ever fight back and to go and tell a teacher, a principal, whatever, I get why they do it, but the crappy thing is that in practical terms, it never really works. I guess if you expel the kid, the bully, but here's the thing though, there are other bullies in waiting, and if one bully gets expelled for picking on you, then there'll be other bullies that'll come up to you and say, so I heard you got bully number 1 kicked out of school, by telling the principal, so guess what? Now it's my turn. And they'll bully you too. So the bullying doesn't stop, it's a cycle, and they feed on weakness. So the thing is, what we try to do here at Kama Jiu-Jitsu, and with any, I guess any martial arts program, is you try to make them feel that they do have an alternative to taking it. You try to walk away best you can, because there's no reason to be fighting everybody all the time. You have to choose your battles. But at the same time, if you are being picked on, you have to walk away as best you can, but when you find that you can't walk away, then you need to fight back. So that's what they say about what we do, is that 99% of all confrontations are 100% avoidable. However, you learn jiu-jitsu or some other martial art for that remaining 1% that you simply cannot avoid. So parents, consider enrolling your kids in jiu-jitsu if you haven't already. But try to make sure it's not necessarily the sport type and more the self-defense type. The sport type is good, but as you'll see in a video that I'm going to do soon, it doesn't always work out for you if you do the sport version. As great as jiu-jitsu is as a sport, it doesn't necessarily equate to self-defense. And I'll go over that in the next video. So anyway, that's all I got for you. If you want to come and see us, you can come visit us at Kama Jiu-Jitsu. We have 2 campuses, one in Laguna Hills, California, known as Kama Jiu-Jitsu Irvine, and one in Flower Mound, Texas, known as Kama Jiu-Jitsu Dallas-Fort Worth. You can also sign up for our curriculum online at our website, kamajujitsu.com. You can also look at our schedule if you're local to us, and you can make an appointment, come on by, come check it out. Also, if you wanted to do some one-on-one coaching, I'd be happy to coach you on the mindset issues, also running your jiu-jitsu business or martial arts business. I got a lot of experience with that, and you can reach me on my Clarity link below. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Take care. Happy training. Bye now.